Okay, hello viewers. In this tutorial, I'm going to be attempting a selected PowerPoint number that is advanced level, the current Senior 6 2025, the very last class in the old way of studying in Uganda. Now, this was the question that I selected, and I'm going to be following question per question to design a presentation or to design a PowerPoint presentation concerning farming in Uganda. It was question 5 of a book, ICT, Subsidiary ICT, and the very first item was farming is the most important activity in Uganda. Majority of Ugandans rely heavily on farming to survive. As a concerned Ugandan youth, or as a concerned Ugandan, you are required to make a presentation on farming, and the guidelines are below. Part A. So I'm going to be following parts, and I'm having my blueprint. I created something like this. I'm going to be following this blueprint to make a presentation that's about farming in Uganda as a number of Senior 6 2025. So the video is important to that class, the S6 class 2025. So this is the question. I'm going to create a presentation and I'm going to rename it farming. So of course I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to put it under a folder. Can I name it Mark Marvin? Sorry about that. Mark Marvin Kasozi 001. Maybe that is my personal number. I can create a PowerPoint presentation that is farming in Uganda, and then I can open it to start doing whatever I want. Now question 1 was make slide 1 a master slide and customize it as follows. Now I should make slide 1 a master slide and then I customize it as follows. Before I do that, I'm going to just create a new slide and I insert. I'm going to go to new slide, then I go to title and content. Now at my blueprint, I had the heading farming in Uganda. So it's the heading I'm going to put at my first slide. Then I'm going to put by Mark Marvin Kasozi. Okay. That is my first slide, a sample of my first slide having the title and my name. Now let me go back to the question. Slide 1 is a master slide and customize or change it as follows. So slide 1, I'm supposed to give it a slide design of my choice, and a slide design, of course I'm going to use a slide master to do that. So I'm going to go to view, then I'm going to go to slide master. Now I'm going to slide master there and then, because in the question they want me to make slide 1 a master slide and customize it as follows. A master slide is a type of slide that controls all the rest of the slides by appearance. So I'm going to control the rest of my slides by appearance by use of a master slide. I want to give it a design of my choice. I scroll to the top, I click at the top slide because a master slide is on top and is controlling the rest. I want to go to slide master, then I look for a background under slide master so that I give it a design, and then I go to format, I go to a solid color, then I choose a color that's favoring my presentation. My presentation is about farming, and it's better for me to use a color that is connecting to farming, and I hope that color really connects to farming. And according to my blueprint here, I chose a color that was really matching the farming, or you can choose a color that is quite near the green color. because green is to do with farming. Okay, let me go with that one. Done. A picture of a tree or flower aligned to the top left. I'm going to look for a picture of a tree or flower aligned to the top left. I'm using this picture. I'm going to copy it. Copy image, and then I go to my presentation. I put it on the top left. Right click, paste, and I can reduce the size. Then I take it to the top left. Top left is here. Seems it's covering my heading. I'm going to continue reducing it, and that is better. So I can click at the image, then I give it a setting I want. Again, I can give it a correction. I can decide to give it a color that's matching my background. That is something nice. Next, a footer of your name and personal number centered. A footer of your name and personal number centered. Footers to be visible in your slides when you're doing work, it's better to put them inside the placeholder. The placeholder is the text box that supports content or graphs in a presentation. So it's better for me to put a footer inside this big box. It's called a placeholder, rather than putting it outside here. If you put it outside here, it means it's only going to be visible when you're printing. But when you want to see it during your presentations, during your editing, it's better to put it in your placeholders. Now, my footer is supposed to have my name and a personal number centered. So it's supposed to be in the center. I'm going to pick a shape and I insert. I draw a shape somewhere here. Then I can right click at it. I select edit text and then I type my name. Marvin B001. So it should be centered. It's at the center of my presentation, and I could just reduce the size. Click at the shape, go to shape fill, under shape format, no fill, shape outline, no outline. So that I only remain with my name in the footer section. I can decide to slightly increase the size of my name. I can just give it a bigger size if I want to, or I can give it a color, in a kind of color that may be visible in my work. Okay. Note in the video you may see that some features are new according to my computer or your computer, because I'm using a version of Office. I'm using a version of Office, and that is 2024. You could have another version of Office at your computer, but most of the features are the same, but slightly different features. Of course, you can find ways of dealing with that at your computer, but in the Office programs, most of the features are almost the same in all packages that I used. Then I'm going to the next item, that is an 8pt green line between the master and the text style placeholders. They want me to put an 8pt green line between the master and the text styles placeholders. Now I've just talked of a placeholder. A placeholder is this box. When I click at this box and then I reduce, it means I'm reducing a placeholder. And even the master, it was called a master, a master placeholder. It's having your title. I can also click at it and reduce it. So I want to put an 8pt green line between the two boxes. So if I want to put 8pt green line, I want to just go and insert. I go to shapes, I pick a line, and then I draw a line here. After drawing the line, I right click at it, I select format shape, then I increase it to 8pt. and then I make it green. Green is, I think, here. Seems green is covered. Seems green is covered. The line is not seen. I can change the green to something that is seen. I'm changing it to green accent darker, something that could be seen. Okay, preset color of your choice. I want to put a preset color of my choice. Now you see, I'm doing all these questions and they are under a master slide. I'm doing all the questions and they are all under a master slide. So that's why I'm still editing the master slide before I go to the other questions. So I'm doing a preset color of my choice. A preset color of my choice is going to be picked at preset, of course. I click at my slide, then I go to gradient. I pick a preset. I can pick a preset color of my choice. A preset color looks better. I think I can go with a preset that is okay, that is better. A preset color of my choice. Then date and time to the right. Putting a date and time to the right, I can just go and pick a shape again and I insert. I draw a shape right. Okay. Right click, edit text. And then I go to insert. I look for date. Date is here. Today is the 1st of May, Thursday 2025. Tick update automatically and click at the shape again. Shape format, no fill. Shape fill, actually shape outline, no fill. Yeah, Thursday 1st, 2024. Now I'm done with the slide master. I've been editing my slide master and it's going to control the rest of my slides at the next questions. I can go to slide master, then I can close it and I see whether my work is being controlled. You see, it's now controlled because even if I create another slide, it's going to have the green color, it's going to have an 8-bit line, the footer, the date, the picture. It's having those uniform formatting features. It's having uniform formatting features and it's what was required at part A. Part B, create 6 slides with the following. Slide 1, a title slide with a topic and definition of farming. So the title slide should have a topic and definition of farming. So this is my work so far and this is my blueprint. My blueprint is having what I really need. I want to just highlight the definition of farming. I just copy it and for your case, if you're following the video, you can just type it under the heading Farming in Uganda. But for my case, I'm just highlighting it and I'm pasting. So for the colors that are different, I just highlighted the words and I gave them slightly different colors. As I was doing it, I was just giving them slightly different colors. Okay, now that was slide 1. It's having the topic and the definition of farming. Add a star shape with the text 2025 in blue color, bolded and underlined. Add a star shape under insert. I pick a star. Under shapes, I can draw a star shape. Right click at it and then I go to edit text. I give it 2025. I think according to the question is text 2025, blue color, bolded and underlined. I can highlight it. I give it a blue color. Blue color, blue color, blue color. Where is blue? Where is blue? Blue, blue, blue. Let me go with this blue. Bolded and underlined. Click at the star. Then I can go to shape format. I give it a field that is connecting with my a color that could connect with my presentation. Some color that could connect with my presentation. That is better. Okay, that is the question. And then two, a text slide with the problems faced by farmers in Uganda. Another slide showing the problems facing farmers in Uganda. So you go to insert and add another slide. Mine was already there. Let me first delete it. You go to insert or home, you put a title slide, and then according to my blueprint, the heading was problems facing farmers in Uganda. So it's what you type in the title, in the title area, and then you put the problems that farmers are facing in Uganda. So I'd already typed this in my blueprint, and in your at your computer as well, you can type the problems that are facing the farmers in Uganda, like limited access to quality feeds, climate changes, infrastructure related issues, pests and diseases, etc. etc. So that is the slide having the problems that are facing the farmers in Uganda. Next slide is a text slide with the steps taken by the government to solve the farmers' problems. So you go to insert again, then you choose a title slide, and according to my blueprint, the third slide is already having content. The heading is steps taken by the government to curb the problems or to solve the problems of Ugandan farmers. And the steps were also four in line with the problems. If you're able to read the problems that I've put already, and there we are. Those are the steps. Now, with the colors you see, like here, I just highlight a problem and I give it a color according to my color mixing technique. You can give various texts different colors according to your mixture of colors. You mind the way you're mixing colors in PowerPoint. You mind that. Then slide 4, a 2-column text slide showing a list of each cash crops and list of food crops grown in Uganda. They want us to put a 2-column comparison slide. The best is this, it's called a comparison slide. And according to my blueprint, the heading is already here. You can copy this, you can type it at your computer if you're following the video. If it's too big, you increase the top placeholder. Here there was cash crops, and here there are food crops. They wanted us to give examples at cash crops and food crops. What I did is I mentioned them. These are cash crops that are grown not for the purpose of eating, but for the purpose of selling. And some of the food crops that are grown for the purpose of mostly eating were also listed. I think apples are on a small scale in Uganda. Then, next question is add a 6pt blue vertical line between the lists. A 6pt blue vertical line under shapes I can draw. Wait a bit before I draw it. I can click at this, then I reduce on the text box here so that I get where I can draw the line. A 6pt blue line between the two. Draw it, right click at it, select format here. Give it a 6pt width, 6 points. 6 points, and the color is blue. Okay, then Slide 5. Use a title and chart slide layout. The title of this slide should be, they have given me the title right there. Slide 5, I'm supposed to go to insert and use a title and content. Because I'm going to draw a chart, or title and chart, a chart is going to go in the second placeholder, the title goes in the first placeholder. And according to the blueprint, the title is this. I can copy the title and I put it in my presentation, that farming export growth 2016-2018. Now the color you're seeing is just the highlight color. If I highlight this and then I go under home, is the highlight color. If you want, you can change the highlight color or you can remove it. If you want to remove the highlight color, it's not if it's not fit for you, you can remove it and stay with the text. And then you change the text, and the text color, you can put a text color that is in line with your background color. You don't put a text color like this. You can put orange. According to my design I've used, you put a color that is in line with what you have been using in your design. Is it? The title is already there, and the table below shows export figures between 2016 and 2018. Use it to generate the graph that will appear on this slide. They want me to draw a slide using the table here, to draw a graph, sorry, using the table here in the newly created slide. So I'm going to click at graph or chart. I pick 3D, I always like 3D, then I click OK. Okay, according to the table, I have their crops and they are the 3 years I want. So even in my presentation, I'm going to type, of course, these are crops. I'm going to just change category names to the crops that are in the table here. There is coffee, cotton, maize. I'm going to type coffee, cotton, maize. Coffee, cotton, maize. What else? Rice, vegetables. And then the numbers of coffee. Coffee had 2000, 330, 2000, 330. I hope you recognize the bars changing. And 520. Yeah, 520. Yeah, then you see the bars are now changing to what I want. Then cotton, what are the numbers under cotton? 1000, 150, then 750. What of maize? Maize, it's 180, 240, 600. 180, 240, 600. Okay, then rice, 500, 100, 110. 500, 100, 110. See the bars changing to the numbers I'm typing. Vegetables, 50, 150, 360. Yeah. After drawing your bars, you can close this Excel small sheet that has been helping you draw the bars. And then the colors, seems the colors are not matching with my graph. Maybe I could try to change the graph to some other colors. Let me see. Some other colors that could match my backgrounds. Looking for just a better color to match my backgrounds. Anyway, let me stay with this. And I can just put a legend, x-axis, y-axis, and a chart design, chart element. There's axis, under axis titles, primary, horizontal. Then I type what this axis is all about. These are crops exported. Then back to chart design, add chart elements, vertical. I type is a number representations. Then back to add chart element. I can put a legend on the right. A legend on the right to explain the different series. Yeah, and we click at edit data. Seems I forgot something. Edit data in Excel. And then the series, I think I missed out on the series. These were years 2016, 2017, 2018. Yeah, and then I can close this. I can close Excel. 2016 is the blue bar, 2017 orange bar, and 2018 the other bar. Seems I've forgotten the last year. Edit data in Excel. So it's 2018. I've put 2018, but seems 2018 is not being captured. 2018 close. Okay, it's now being captured. So that is my graph, a complete graph in in PowerPoint. It's properly explaining the exports in different years, the exports of different crops in different years. One of the last, actually, the last slide is conclusion, showing a summary of your presentation. A conclusion under home, a new slide. I can put a title and content, and according to my blueprint, the conclusion was here. At my current slide, I can just type a heading, conclusion. I type what I've been really talking about in my presentation. I already typed this, and I can just put it here as my conclusion. I just highlighted it and I put it in the center with just a bigger text size. That is it with my conclusion. And part C, in your presentation, use box out and set it to automatically show after 2 seconds. Use box and set it automatically after 2 seconds. Under transitions, I can pick box. I think box is here as a transition, and the setting after 2 seconds. I tick after and tick on mouse click. And then seconds, according to my computer, the version 2024, actually from the version 2013 onwards up to 2024, there are 3 kinds of zeros. Delete you deal with only the middle 2 zeros. Maybe if you're using a version of 2007 backwards, they are having 2 kinds of zeros. It's better you use the 0 on your right. You deal with that 0 that represents seconds. But for new versions, 2013 up to the latest one, 2024, the one I'm using, you can use the 0 in the middle. You remove the 0 I removed, you put a 2, it represents 0 2 seconds, and then you click at apply to all. It means all my slides have having an automatic timing of 2 seconds, and they all have a box transition because it was what was required at part V. Next, use animation schemes to view your slides. Animation means moving text or other objects in a presentation. Animations, of course, they're under animations. Then you go to add entrance effects. You put an animation you want. For example, I want to grow and turn. Okay. If you want to animate anything, you first highlight it. If you want to animate the heading, first highlight it. go to animations, go to add animation, then you click at any animation you may want. It is it is. You may want to animate your point, highlight a point, and then go back to add animation, more entrance effects. Pick an animation you want. So it's how you put animations according to your creativity and how you want to do it and how you want to deal with your time. There are very many animations, and that's how you put animations in your work. There are many animations. Those are some of the animations you can use in a presentation, and it goes back to your time and the type of animation you want. Next, apply word art where necessary. If you want to apply word art where necessary, for example, I want to put word art at conclusion, first highlight conclusion, look for word art under design. Let me see where my word art is. I think it's under insert. Word art is here. Choose a word art you want. Since this one is not favorable, under insert, choose any word art you want. Maybe I want this one. After choosing what you want, delete the heading you had. You can even click at the placeholder and then click at delete, the delete button, and then increase the word art to make your heading. That's how you can put word art where you may want. Save the presentation as Farming in Uganda. Of course, if you want to save, you can first close your work, then click at save and go to your folder. I think I'd already saved it, but if it didn't have Farming in Uganda, you can right click, select rename, or for computers with Windows 11, select show more items or more options, then click at rename and save it according to what you may want. One of the last questions is link all slides to another using action button to the word next in every action button. You link all slides by use of an action button. So click at the slide you want, go to insert, select shapes, look for the next button. I can draw mine here as an example. And after drawing it, hyperlink to next. I want to link to the next slide. Okay, click OK and right click at it, select edit text and type next. They wanted the word next in that button. So I can create another button in all slides because it's wanted at all slides. So I can draw it here as well at the second slide and click next, right click, edit text, type next. Next, I can put it at the third slide under shapes. I've been hurrying through the video, but good enough it's a tutorial. You can pause and see what I'm really doing at any part of the video. Okay, right click at the button, select the text and click next. Even here, it's the same. Insert shapes, then this, highlight, next, right click, edit text, next. Then fifth, insert, next, draw it. Okay, right click, edit text, next. Okay, then I can let me copy this to the last slide. You can even copy instead of going to each slide and doing what I was doing. Okay, that is it with the part E of the presentation. Now you can even run and see whether your presentation is really automatic and your text is really doing what you want. Problems facing farmers in Uganda, steps taken by the government to solve Ugandan farmers' problems. And the cash crops and food crops as explained in that slide. Okay, it's automatic after some seconds. So a two column text slides show a text slide showing a list of cash crops and food crops um, in the Ugandan farming industry. Okay, we can now go to the next slide. That is slide 5. Having our graph at slide 5, farming exports, and the conclusion is there. Okay, that is my presentation. Then one of the last parts is making a printout of 4 slides per page. Before I go to 4 slides per page, remember I started with a part A that had a master slide. Now, if you have made a mistake in the master slide, maybe, and you want to make some changes there, you can just go back to view, then you go to master slide, then you make any changes you may want. Scroll to the first one, and then under maybe I want to change a background style. Under format, you can decide to change a background style. Maybe I want that color. Yes, and then I can close the master view. Then I go back to my work. Maybe you've changed the color of the master slide. That's how you can do change the master slide. Now for the for the very last part of making a print out of 4 slides per page. If learners are printing PowerPoint or presentations, of course under file you select print, and then the printer name here depends on the printer you're using. Maybe I want to use this one here, or you want to use any other printer you've been tasked to use. Okay, I can select, instead of full pages, I select 4. I'm selecting 4 because in the question there was indicated that make a printout of 4 slides per page as a handout. I select 4 slides per page as a handout. So there are 4 slides per one page, and the other page is having 2 slides. Those are the 6 slides I've been dealing with. So after selecting my 4 pages per slide, I can just select a printer name, and then I command a print, and my work will be printed. If the printer is at an error state, you can deal with that by the person in the room, by your teacher, or by someone helping you around. So that is it with my sample number to do with PowerPoint. More numbers are to come at A level. I do sample numbers of Word, I do sample numbers of Excel, I do sample numbers of database, and now this is a sample number of PowerPoint. The numbers that are linking to these A-level numbers practically are going to be in the description of the videos. Feel free to comment, to ask a question concerning these videos, to put a thumbs up, to subscribe, etc, etc. Thank you for the views at the channel. Thank you for whatever that you're doing positively at the channel. More videos are to come. A nice month ahead.